Hi everyone, I'm very excited to show you today's video. Today I'm at Old Radnor. The place name Radnor refers to a red bank or hillside, and its earliest authentic occurrence is in the Domesday Book. The parish church of Old Radnor is dedicated to St Stephen, to whom there is no other authentic Welsh dedication. This was a popular Norman dedication. However, it is likely that when the Normans came to Old Radnor, they found a church already in existence here. This church was constructed in the 14th/15th century, thought to be built on a 6th century church. So, of course, my name is Stephen, and because this is the only St Stephen's in Wales, this is the reason I'm really excited to visit. For those of you who don't know, St Stephen was the first Christian martyr who was stoned to death in AD 34. As you walk inside, you are greeted with this enormous font. It's certainly pre-Norman and has been dated by some as belonging to the 8th century. The Norman era was between 1066 and 1154. So I can only imagine this font came from the original church, and it is a whopper. Normally fonts are quite small just for christening babies and infants, but I think I could fit inside this one. The present church, which stands around 250 metres above sea level, is largely a rebuilding of the 15th and early 16th centuries. It consists of a nave, a chancel, north and south aisles, originally each with its own chapel, a south porch and a west tower. The survival of piscinas inside walls of the church show that in the pre-Reformation times there was 5 altars, including the high altar, in the building, further evidence of its medieval status. This beautiful rood screen from the 15th century is one of the best in Wales, and like every church in Wales, sadly it's missing the rood itself. On the floor you'll find these amazing medieval tiles. Now, as I was a landscaper for a couple of decades, I've laid hundreds of these quarry tiles. I can't tell you how much I adore these ones, and I know that might seem strange to some of you. This is the south aisle, which was formerly the Lady Chapel. Before the Reformation, this would have had an east window and an altar itself. In its place is this rather elaborate memorial of the Lewis family. One of them actually served as Chancellor of the Exchequer and a Home Secretary. The family lived nearby in a place called Harpton Court. The woodwork in this church is absolutely exquisite. Just check out this roof made of oak. It's described as being almost a flat wagon roof. It's absolutely stunning. And here inside the wall, one of the original piscinas. I'm going to head past the pulpit, down the north aisle, which used to be its own chapel itself, and now it seems to have been made into kind of a vestry, but there's lots of hidden treasure inside here too. This is the back of the world famous organ, which we'll have a look at in a minute. And you walk around the corner and you're greeted with this amazing artwork. This is an 18th century Italian painting of Moses and Aaron. Now, we all know who Moses was, but Aaron was his older brother and he was the first ever high priest. Turn to the left and you'll find a 15th century stained glass window. This is St. Catherine of Alexandria, and this window was supposedly made in the 1460s. I think you'll agree with me, this is an amazing church. And you won't be surprised to find out that it's actually a Grade 1 listed building, which was designated on the 15th of February 1993. And standing on the pulpit, I can get an even better view of the beautiful rood screen. So this is the main chancel, and it doesn't disappoint. The east window is one of the best ones I've ever seen. Please take a minute to appreciate it. And behind the altar rails, you'll find even more stunning memorials on the wall, piscinas, and ancient ledger stones on the floor. So, just when you think a church can't give you anything more, you come across this organ. Now, this is the earliest surviving organ case in the whole of the British Isles. It was made in the 16th century. This was restored in 1872 when the present organ was inserted. Originally, this woodwork would have been painted and gilded. So in 1872, they took all of that off and removed it back to the bare wood. The same as the rood screen, that was restored in 1858, and that would have also had gilt and paint removed. I've actually seen some other churches with the paint still remaining, and surprisingly, I actually do prefer when it's gone. I normally like to see things totally original, but I just feel like the bare wood looks so much nicer. I'll head up now to the last window. Walking up this main nave, the church apparently sits 400 people. Like the altar window, this is another stunning one, made in 1914. And we'll have a closer look now. Just check out the wings on the angel, like a peacock style. It's just out of this world. So I don't know if you can tell, but I absolutely loved touring this church. I wish I lived much closer. It's about 2 hours drive from my house. If I did live near, I would come here all the time. I feel really connected to it, and I don't think it's just because we share the same name. Let's have a wander around the graveyard. You can see there's a few yew trees here, and they are really pretty ones. I often go to graveyards, and there will be lots of yews, but they're not always pretty like this. This is how they should look. The day I visited, I was actually surprised to see there was snow here because when I left my house, it was fine and it was quite localized. And it was very misty. So, unfortunately, I couldn't put the drone up. Now, I always like to do that to show you an aerial perspective. But yeah, maybe I'll come back another day and do that. I am actually working on a few really exciting projects at the minute regarding these churches. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to jinx it. And also, I have noticed there are a few copycats here on YouTube who don't seem to have many original ideas themselves. But yeah, coming to this church has really inspired me. I'm very tempted to do a lot more homework on it and even maybe write a book about this place. Now, doing these short videos, I only like scratch the surface of the history. Every gravestone here will tell a story. The trees do, the building does. It's just packed, and you could make a really amazing book all about it. So stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments, if I wrote a book about this church, would you buy it? Would you read it? It'd be interesting to know. So as usual, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, and I'll see you all soon. I'll leave you now with some photographs I took and a bit of background music.